Good morning. Hello everybody. Today I'm going to be retouching my hair, just the roots, and I don't know if you saw my other video from Adays. I get most of my hair products from Adays, a black owned African shop in Thamesmead, Nathan Way in London. I use the Soft and Beautiful retoucher, relaxer, because obviously it has no lie, no lie, and ultimate conditioning relaxer system. All right, so it does not burn your head. It has all these essential oils and leave-in conditioners to use with it, and it makes your hair soft and lovely. Now, I do love a good hairdresser, but sometimes it's hard to find a hairdresser where I live within Kent. And though we have a few, you have to book an appointment in advance, and sometimes I don't have the time. So I actually learned how to do my own hair for when I don't have time to get to a hairdresser. So I'll be using that. And what comes with that are a few things. Like I said, you have the actual relaxer. You have all the conditioners in there, leave-in conditioner. And then I also buy this shea coconut intensive repair mask, and what it does is it is infused with Jamaican black castor oil, and castor oil is very good for the hair, but it also repairs damaged hair. After you've retouched your hair and put the conditioner in, you can put some of this intensive repair mask on it to stop it from breaking. I also use, after I've retouched, I also use this heat protector, because obviously after you have washed your hair, straightened and washed your hair, then you're going to straighten it with a straightening comb or straightening brush. You're going to dry it with a hair dryer, and so it does not damage your hair. It protects your hair from heat damage. And I bought this in Adays too, heat protector, very good. And then also I did speak about castor oil. This is a normal castor oil I use in my hair on a normal day-to-day basis when it's dry. It's a hair and scalp conditioner, so anytime you find your hair is dry, after you've washed, you're going about your normal day every morning, you can just use this castor oil. It helps grow the hair also. For my shampoo, just to show you the shampoo I use, just 1 second. The shampoo I use is this Palmer's coconut oil formula. Okay, it's very good. I bought that in Adays too. And also for my skin, I'm just telling you because I got the Palmer's hair shampoo conditioner, I also use on my skin Palmer's cocoa butter formula cocoa butter. For those asking how my skin is so smooth, I have natural DNA from my mom, who's from Trinidad, but also I moisturize with this cocoa butter, face, body, all over body and your face every morning. It does wonders. Okay, those are the two Palmer's products, very good. So we are going to go and start retouching the hair, and I shall see you back soon. Now, like I said, I'm just going to retouch the roots today. You can see all the grey hair. Well, I'm Generation X, so yes, I do have grey hair, and I'm going to show you how I cover it up. I used to love to go to hairdressers, which I still do, but like I said, I can't always find a hairdresser, so I'm just going to retouch the roots. And this is what the no-allow application looks like when you've mixed it in with the activator. I haven't got a lot left. This is the one I had almost finished using last time, so it's not hard. All you do is you make sure you put a little from the front. The front of the hair is always the worst, in all honesty, for me anyway, the front and back. So because I'm just retouching the roots and I don't have a lot of relaxer, I'm just gonna do the front and back today, and then wash the whole hair and moisturize and condition the whole hair. So you apply it neatly. If you do it properly, you shouldn't have any spills. Okay, you apply it neatly to the edges, the most coarse part of your hair. My hair is very thick, and I'm thinking now I might actually go natural, like cut off all the top retouched part and let it just have undergrowth until it all grows out properly, and I'm back to my natural hair, and then I'll just condition it. My hair does get very hard, is why I retouch it, because really, as a black woman, I'd rather have my own hair. So I am going to try it out at some point, because using the relaxer, though it is no lyle, it shouldn't burn. It does still burn a little bit. So you see I'm doing the edges here, because that's where it's most due. I must say the middle of my hair doesn't get really due until after maybe 2 months, but the fronts, the sides, like here, you see, like so, I'm just applying it, and the back here, they get very due. The undergrowth there is very thick. So you apply a little first, don't start combing it yet. I have oiled around the edges of my hair with a castor oil or just any Vaseline. Just oil all the edges so it doesn't burn. It shouldn't burn, but of course your skin is sensitive. Our skin is quite sensitive. Everyone's skin is sensitive, so I would be careful with any retouching chemical or any hair product that has a chemical in it. So here you see I'm going to the other side. I had put a parting in the middle because I want to make sure I get both sides of the front, because sometimes I have a middle parting, sometimes I have a side parting. But I'm going to do the middle first, and then I'll start partitioning it and do it right down to the ends here. Okay, so the front first. Just put it just about half an inch or just a quarter of an inch near the scalp. See, it's not right down. You see I've left a little bit of hair, you see, because the relaxer is going to go down and it will relax quick enough, and you don't want your scalp to start burning before you've started on the back. So it is strong. You could wear a mask if you want, and gloves. I'm supposed to wear gloves, but I don't have any gloves, so I'm just going to do it very gently without getting it on my hands. Okay, so now I'm going to the side again, just above the ear. Okay, hair is hard to do. This is where I always prefer having my hairdresser, but as you know, let's not lie, hairdressers have become expensive because all the products have become, well, expensive, and they do stand throughout the whole process of doing your hair, so they have to get paid for their labor. And I must say I was one that could never do my own hair. But I had to learn it, especially during COVID when you couldn't go to the hairdresser. I had to learn how to do this thick hair, and since then I have gone to hairdressers when I need a trim or a style I want, or I'll buy a wig. I bought some wigs off some of my hairdressers. Otherwise I just do it myself, and then it saves on time, booking an appointment, going into town, looking for parking space and all that. You know, the whole day is gone. But here I could also touch my hair while I'm even working during lunch break. You see that? It's not hard. You just apply the relaxer to the edges where it's most due. Yeah, see that? And leave it for a few minutes. I'm going to start on the back. Alright, just close, near enough to the skull, but it's not completely on the skull. So I've left a few edges, because later on, and if you find it spills over onto your forehead, it is oiled, so it wouldn't burn. It's no lyle, but if it's kind of irritating, just wipe it off, and that's it. I'm doing the back. Like I said, I'm not doing the whole head. I'm just doing the roots really. And so I will start on the back, and then I'll start partitioning the front. You know, the back is a bit cursed too, so what I'm going to do, the towel keeps falling off, I haven't got a clip to hold it. I'm going to just put a bit on the back. You see this, like so? Yeah, you can feel your back, can't see it, so you're just going to feel for the back at the nape of your neck where your hairline starts. Just put a few there, just put a bit of relaxer there. If you had gloves, you could feel what you're doing, you can touch it in there, but I'm not going to touch it. You don't need to touch the relaxer at all. So I've put a little bit on the back. I don't know if you can see. I'll take this towel off. Start from this end. You see my back area. Okay, so I'm just putting it at the very end. You see the nape of my neck here? My hair is very thick there, so right round the nape of my neck I am putting the relaxer on this side. Alright, and I think that's enough. I'm not going to do the middle of my head today. Usually you can just do the whole lot, partition it, and do the whole lot. I haven't got enough relaxer, and I don't need to do the middle. It's the front and sides for me, and that's just like I'm retouching it. today, as in touch up. I'm just touching it up. I'm not doing a whole head relaxer. If I do a whole head relaxer, I'm partitioning into 4. I'm doing every section individually, but now I'm just doing the sides and front top up really. But this is just an easy fix for when your hair starts going dew in front and it looks awful. Then you just do around the edges, wash the whole head, moisturize it, and once this is relaxed, it's straight again in front and your hair looks good for another 4 weeks or so until you have to go and do a full head retouch. Sometimes it might take 6 weeks before it gets due again, and I will then retouch the whole head. Like here now, this is September, what? This is mid-September, isn't it? So I might not have to do this hair again until mid-October, or pushing it to the end of October, because you don't want to damage your hair. So that gives it 6 weeks. Some people, maybe they can do it in 2 months, okay? So you see, as the relaxer is on there, what I'm going to do is partition the front a bit, the sides here, because here too needs a bit of relaxer inside here. And you can use one of these relaxer brushes. Yeah, they're good for just an ordinary brush can get in a hair shop, and you can dip it into the relaxer. Yeah, and I'm going to go in here. You see here, can you see the parting? So I'm just going to put some in the middle here towards the front there. Like I said, I'm doing the front, so I'm going to partition. You see there? Just get in there and put as much as you can in the front. I mean, if you're doing the whole head, fair enough, then you're going to do the whole head. You're going to partition each section until everything's covered. Alright? So, I'm going to get in there, then I'm going to do the other side, and I think that's it, because the relaxer is not a lot, like I said. So, I'm not really going to do between too much today. I just want the front soft again. You see that? I've just put it in there. It's in there. You just brush it up like that, like so, and leave it. Yeah, see, it's already relaxed and the hair's getting the whole thing, but I'm not gonna do anything with it yet. I'll go and look for a pair of gloves because I really need to rub it down a bit, but I don't know if I've got a pen. Let me go look and see. Anyway, so I'm gonna partition it and I'll be back. I use the Power Pick 2 hair dryer. It's very good for drying, I'd say, afro hair, because my hair is like afro hair, obviously, in its natural form. So after I've washed it, it's quite, you know, it's really quite hard. And so I use this hair dryer. It has a comb attachment. It has a little attachment just to dry it out initially. You can take that off. And I love using the comb personally once it's dry to comb it through so it's dried even. And then also after I've dried my hair, I then would tongue my hair with this platinum black Cortex hair straightener. I know they got bigger ones nowadays, and I will change my straightener, but this is the straightener I use. So guys, like I said, we're going to retouch the hair now. Okay, so now I'm back. I have finished retouching the hair, and I've now actually retouched right down to the scalp. We're going to leave for a few minutes, and it should be retouched in about, I'd say, mine doesn't take long, 10 minutes or so. So we're going to leave it for 10, and if I use the comb, you can see, yeah, it's taking. You just use the comb to see if it's retouching. You see that? Where it was all bushy, now the front of my hair, see that? You can see it is straightening out. All right, I'm going to wash it off. So what I'm going to do is leave it 10 minutes. See how straight it is there in the front? That's what I'm most concerned about. The front of the hair, ladies, you need to worry about. The back, okay, the sides, middle, usually doesn't get dew that much. It's the front of the hair that needs the most of the attention. Well, my hair anyway. The middle usually lasts for quite a while. It's the front that gets always so overdue, and I have stubborn hair and grey hair in the front, and that's why I colour it. And I'll show you the colour I use for my hair, because what I do is I retouch and colour on the same day, because this is a no-lie relaxer. I wouldn't advise if you're using a strong relaxer, if your hair is very thick, to also dye it on the same day. But the dye I use is not real dye, it's temporary dye. So it's okay, and this is a non-lie, I keep saying it, relaxer. So it's not burning. I've put my cream, you see my forehead is oily, all around here, all around my ears. It's not burning me at all. And just wipe off any relaxer you see around your ears. And yeah, I'll wash it off in 10 minutes. So when I've washed it up, I will put the conditioner in. I'll show you how I put the conditioner in. Alright, so I'll be back when I have washed out the hair and show you the next steps that I use to do my hair. Now I'm back. I have washed the hair, and as you can see, the color is still in it. That color is quite good. I only put a little bit of color today, but you see the front I was talking about. Yeah, see how straight it is? That was the purpose. Doesn't have to be too straight, but I just wanted it flatter than it was and looking better than it was. So now, so I don't cut off all the hair. When you wash your hair like that, don't just start combing it too much, because your hair could cut off. Okay, you've just relaxed it. It's sensitive, and this is where you're going to put this deep conditioner into it. Deep conditioner. I'm going to put it on the hair, leave it for, it should be 20 minutes. So I shall be back when I have done that. But I'm going to show you how I put it in. It comes with the relaxer kit. You rub it in your hands and just start putting it on the hair. Okay, especially the front where I have actually retouched. Just put it all in, rub it in as much as possible. You don't need to use a whole pack. It's quite a big pack, and I don't think I can use everything. Look at how much you can get out of it. So once I've covered my whole hair, my hair is not long, so I don't need a lot of it, and I've got a lot of my own conditioners I'm going to use after I've washed this off when I've done the colouring. So let's put as much as you can, and I still have, like now, some of the packet left over, which I'll use next time with the new relaxer kit I get. See that? Put a lot. And now rub it into your scalp. Now you know I'm one for well-being. This is the time. Rub your scalp, ladies. Oh, so relaxing, honest to God. And my head feels so light because I've just washed the hair, and I love my natural hair. I mean, when I say that, I mean, like, I don't like wearing wigs that much. I will wear wigs when I have to, like if I'm going out or my hair's in such a really bad state. But most of the time, you can see my videos, I like my own hair. You know, I just like my own hair. I like my head to be free. And this is why I don't do plaits either. As much as I admire women, I love your plaits, I just can't sit down that long to do the plaits. And my scalp is so sensitive. Even when I wear a wig, I can start feeling hot and bothered. So I like my own hair. Even though it's thinning out, I'm getting older, but I'm still trying to preserve it. And that's why maybe it's the better thing I do with my hair myself, rather than going to hairdressers, because sometimes they don't realize how much they're pulling on your hair, and your hair could cut easily. But when you're doing it yourself, you see, you're doing it gently. You're handling your own hair. You know your own hair, how much stress or pulling it can take. All right. A lot of my hairdressers are gentle, I must admit, but I've come to enjoy doing my own hair, you know, since I've had to start doing it, especially during COVID. And now COVID is ended, I haven't stopped. I have been to hairdressers, but mostly I do it myself, because my hair is just plain. I just leave it out, and that's me. So, you know, I don't do too much with it. All right, so we've put that in there. I've massaged it into my scalp, and it's feeling good. So what we're going to do is put a shower cap over it. Yeah, just pack it up like this a bit, tuck it in at the back. And now I'm going to put a shower cap over it for 20 minutes, so that conditioner, deep conditioner, can go right down into the hair to prevent damage and breakage. All right, and it will also go massage your scalp, so it's not itchy or dry. And like I said, that relaxer didn't burn at all. It's the no-lie relaxer. It does not burn at all. So I shall be back in 20 minutes after this has actually steamed up a bit in the shower cap. Now some people have their own steamer. Use a steamer, or you can go under the steamer, but I don't have a steamer hair dryer. I don't have a steamer at home, so this is the best next thing. And a lot of hairdressers use this method if you don't want to go under the steamer anyway. Hot steamer, which can be blowing hot air and burning you with the hot water. So 20 minutes, okay? See you soon. Now I've washed out the conditioner, and you see it has made the hair so smooth. You can see it straight where I had retouched it. Very straight, very soft. You can comb it out without any tangles. See that? My hair is not that long, it's thinning out, but I still have some hair, thank God. And yeah, 20 minutes, taking the shower cap off. And now, like I said, because I'm at this stage, we normally just put the leave-in conditioner and dry it and tongue it, but because I color my hair, so at this stage, because I use the raspberry twist from Adore, raspberry twist for my hair for now. I'll probably stop coloring it when I cut it, but I just thought I'd color it to make it look different. You can see, even with all the washing, it's a temporary, it's a semi-permanent dye. I don't know if you can see that, semi-permanent dye. Even with all the washing and retouching, a little bit of the color still remains in there. So I'm just going to put a little bit, and I'll show you how I do that. You can get a disposable cup if you don't have a container, because it is quite messy. I just put a little bit in there. I have that my retouch brush again. All you're going to do is take up a little on the brush. Yeah, don't make it, it can be messy, you know, the color. So make sure there's nothing dripping, okay? And straight onto your hair, wherever you want it to be. Just brush it in. The coloring is something that's so easy, just brush it in wherever you want that color to be. Mainly I like the front, though the roots at the front, the natural hair at the front, does color a lot more darker or lighter than the rest of the hair. So can't be helped. But yeah, just put a little bit. See, I'm just putting that color. You can't see it because it's a dark color. It's when it's washed and dried and you're in the sun or in the daylight, then that raspberry color will come out. But as it is now, you see, just put as much as you can on your hair without making a mess, because it can be messy. Anyway, it drops, it will wash off, but it takes a while. The color is really strong. So I don't like too much. I put enough, you know, and there you go. See, you can see the color, especially at the sides. It always takes more at the sides. I have my grey hair. Yeah, laugh if you want. I'm entertaining you. I don't mind. I'm Generation X. I can take all the making fun at myself. So the back is pretty bad to have a lot of grey hair at the back. So I'm going to put some, look, see the back here? Yeah, you see? I'm just going to put it on a lot on the back. You can see it's changing colour. Just put a little bit. And this also, we're going to leave it for 20 minutes again with the shower cap, so that that colour can take. And I put a lot more to the front. You know, it's the front of the hair that shows mainly in photographs, isn't it? So you make sure you put enough in front. Put whatever you want at the back, because really just like a highlight. You don't have to colour the whole hair. It will, you're going to brush it through anyway, or comb it through. So you put a lot in the front and you comb it through, it's still going to reach the back and middle. So, which I will do in a minute. So let's just do this to make it as even as possible. I'm going to use everything I have in this cup, and then that will be it. So I'm putting more to the front. You see, I keep putting on the front because I want to make sure that color comes out in front. Okay, and that's the bit that gets overdue so quickly. So I put a lot there, right down to just above my ear. Okay, see that? Don't mind the mess. You're gonna wash off all these stains. Wipe it with a towel. When you wash it, all those stains on your forehead will come off. It easily washes, I must say. It's not too bad. Okay, we've almost done this bit now. I'm gonna put the cap on in a minute. Just do this side. I feel I've not done this side enough. You might not be able to see it, but the color is in it. That raspberry color is really strong. It takes very well. Just, you can use that to brush it into your hair, and then I'll comb it all out in a minute. And let's get the last bits, especially for the back. Oh, a bit dropped. See, I don't know where that dropped. Maybe on my dress. Oh yeah, it's dropped on the table. I shall wipe that later. So I'm doing this side, the back, and here again. I just feel there's so much. And in here, let's go in here. Let's go in here. Don't worry about all that. We'll wash all that off. Let's do in here. Okay, so I think that's enough. Scrape it out. Then I'm gonna throw this cup away anyway. It's disposable. Don't need that cup anymore. Let's get down here. Look, see here. You see the color right to the front. It will come out. It is there, don't worry. It will show. It will show up when you dry and wash the hair. You see the color. I will come bursting through. I'll call it raspberry twist. I would have called it raspberry burst because the color really bursts out, but same difference, I suppose. Okay, let me just wipe up that bit that went on the table. You don't do it immediately. It does stain raspberry. All right, so I'm gonna comb it through so it's as even as possible. The color goes. You can brush it through. I'm just gonna comb it through just to make sure there's no tangles in there, and every bit of the hair gets that color on it. You see? You can see the hair is soft right down to the nape of your neck, the middle, right down to the nape. So that color is in there. It's enough color, and I'm gonna put the cap on again, and that just pack up at the back a little bit. It's a bit messy, but you wash your hands. Get a thing to wipe your hands, just to keep the hair up, and it goes in the shower cap. So another 20 minutes. Okay, we're gonna put this in the shower cap for another 20 minutes, and I will come back after I have washed it out, because after 20 minutes I'm going to wash the hair again. All right, and you wash it very well like you normally would with the shampoo I told you about. I use the cocoa butter shampoo. You wash it out and that color will stay in. It's such a strong, look at all my hands, it's such a strong color that even when you wash that 3-4 times after 20 minutes, that color stays in. It's semi-permanent, but it's a good semi-permanent. So I'll be back. Now I've finished washing off the color after 20 minutes. But when I say washing off, washing out the hair after 20 minutes, and the color stays in there. It's semi-permanent, but you can't see properly until I dry it, but you can see it's taking out the edges really well. The hair is now straight enough for me. And what I do next is, there is, like I told you, a leave-in conditioner. You can leave this conditioner in. I'll put a bit of it in because I got my own product that I use. So you put your leave-in conditioner, rub it into the hair. It has a lovely smell, I must tell you, brilliant smell. Just rub it into the hair lightly. You can put as much as you want, but I don't want too much. I don't want it to get too wet again, the hair. Right, and then I'm going to use, like I told you, I have this sheer coconut repair mask. I use this in addition to the leave-in conditioner. Okay, so I'm going to put some of this on it now. And this is a Jamaican product. It's very good. So put it all over the hair. Don't put too much. It's not too soggy and wet again. It's already been washed and damp, and you want to try and dry it out as quick as you can, so it doesn't take too long to dry, you know. Just put in. Alright, and massage it in, especially to the middle of the scalp. It's always the most sensitive for me, the middle of my scalp. Okay, and that should be enough. You see, it's just damp enough. I don't want it too sucked up with all the products. I don't want it too soggy if too much products in there. So just enough to make it nice and soft. And like I told you, I use a heat resistant also, because the heat resistance non-alcohol will help with the heat, because we're going to dry it after this. So like I said, this is non-alcoholic. Yeah, no alcohol in that. It's a heat resistant spray that you use when you want to dry the hair. Because I'm going to dry, I'm going to spray a bit of it in it. It's quite oily, so not too much. Just spray it all on the hair. Watch out the sides here. There your ears. And that should do. You don't need too much. This will last for a long time. I've had it for like, since I went to Addis, you know. So it does last a long time. And that's it, you see. We've retouched the hair today. We have colored the hair all in one. Yeah. We've moisturized it. We've put our heat resistance oil on it. And now I am going to dry it. Now I will turn off the video for a bit, because obviously the dryer is going to make a lot of noise unless I do a voiceover. But let's see. So like I said, I use the Afro dryer. This is so great. You turn it on and it's a comb, so it dries the hair using the comb. I'm not turning it on yet. I'm just showing you what I'm going to do, and I will be back after I've dried it. So I am back and I've dried it, so you can see the color, the twist, the black, what's it called, raspberry bursting out here. The color is not too intense, the way I like it. It goes well with black hair. And I've dried it, but obviously it's not straight enough, so we're gonna tongue it. And before I do that, I'll just show you. I told you I use the castor oil on a daily basis. Once you've dried your hair on a daily basis in the morning, you can just put a bit of this. This helps the hair grow. Actually, my hair was much thinner than this. It thinned out much more than this, but in the last few months it has grown a bit. And I like my bob, I like my bob. So I'm gonna oil it very well. And what I'll do, I'll just show you a bit of the what I did with the hair dryer. So you put that on just to make it a bit more soft, all in on your scalp. Put it all in your scalp, all at the sides where it can get dry. Okay, see, the hair is soft, and that's why I like doing my hair myself sometimes, because you handle it with care and make sure that all that scalp is covered. I'm going to use the hair dryer to just melt it in the hair, okay, so it absorbs, the hair absorbs it, the castor oil properly. So massage it all in, make sure all your scalp is covered, okay. And with the dryer, like I said, you can use 2 bits. You can use this bit and put it on here just to dry out, but I like you going for the comb straight. And I'll just show you what I'll do. I'll turn it off because it's going to be noisy. But here, see? So I'll be back when I've dried it. Now I'm back. I've dried it with the oil, castor oil, and it's melted into the hair. Now some hairdressers I used to go to just leave my hair like this. I would ask them to, and the reason being is I hate being under having my hair tongued, because more often than not, I must tell you, my ears get burned. So if I'm doing it, I don't do it all over. I just probably do the front a bit. Look, it's very hot, so I'm just gonna do the front a bit just to straighten it out. And I've got a brush I use also to straighten it out if I wanted to. That's what let me see what setting it's on. Obviously the tongues get very hot, that's why I hate them. I don't like using them that much. Let's see, it's on the lowest setting. Let's see. Yeah, it's on the lowest setting, but it's still getting hot. I don't know why. Look at it. I hope it's not. Let me just wipe it down. Just wipe it down. I'll be back. So I will straighten it anyway, and I'll let you see. And I also have a brush, a straightener brush. You can use to brush it through to make it straight. But that's pretty much it, I don't know why this is heating up like that. I'm not liking it, but anyway, let's try. So I just do like the ends and that, okay? I'm not really one to do my whole head. I really don't like the tongue, but I'll be back, okay? I'll be back, and I'll show you the finished product. So we finished doing the hair for today. I've just tongued it. I don't tongue it too much, like I said. I don't. Once it's flat enough, because my hair is thin, so don't need too flat. So you see, we've colored, we retouched. So retouched, it's all done. Didn't take me barely, maybe a couple of hours. And what I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna finish off with this straightener. It's called the Simply Straight hairbrush. It's a heated brush, and all you do is just brush it through, and that makes it even more straighter. So we've used the dryer, we've used the hair tongs, and I now got the hot brush, and that's it for the day. I shall show you. I've put the brush on, and you can put it on the highest temperature. It goes up to 185 centigrade. If not, you can just leave it on. It goes to 160, 150, 160, and 185. I'll leave it on 160. I don't know if you can see it steaming up there, but yeah. And all you do is you just brush it through the hair. So very hot brush, and it helps straighten it a little bit more, flatten it down. And this you can use when, let's say, you're going out and you find, oh, your edges are a bit rough. Instead of using gel and all that, you just use this hot brush, brush it down flat, and then you can always curl your ends with the tongs, hair tongs, or just brush it straight down if that's what you want, and then use your hand. I always use my hand. You always see me in my videos using my hand to flick my hair. I should stop touching my hair when I'm just doing my ordinary YouTube videos. But yeah, so there you go. And the hair, it dries the hair at the same time. It's dry, but also make sure it is dry. And I've just washed it today. We've retouched it. This hair has had a lot of pampering today, so that's part of my well-being exercise. Yeah, I love moisturize. My hair is clean, and folks, that is it. That is how I get my hair done. And I'll tell you now, I've saved myself 60 quid or 70, because the last time I went to the hairdresser, I think she even charged me 75 to do everything I did today, which was wash, retouch, wash, yeah, moisturize, condition your hair, and now straighten it out, tongue it. Sometimes I don't even tongue it, you just straighten it out and just use the hair dryer and something and just comb it out. But my hair is short, so I shouldn't have to pay £75 at hairdressers if this is all they're going to do, and I can do it myself. I taught myself. So if you can save money, ladies, do so. That's 60, 75, in fact, £75 charge last time. That's why I stopped going. It used to be 40, then 50, then 60, then 70, I said 75. Color and retouch. No, okay. If I'm doing a special hairstyle, cutting it into a style, then yes. Or I'm buying a wig, then yes. Maybe up to £200 if that's the case. But not this stringy, look at short, nice little bob hair. Simple hair. Why would I pay 75 for this? I said £75. People, ladies, if you can do it, please do it. And the hair straight, light, clean, and I can go about my business. All right, I'll see you later. Bye for now, okay? Peace.